He tried to pass her, and she pulled out a gunner
Okay.
right before the bridge.
Where's she at?
She's in that car because it's too hot. That's her car. Signal 0 is supposed to be in there.
She got up on my license.
So-called, this is the victim.
Okay.
Yeah.
The officer went to detain the suspect.
All right, come on, Stephanie.
Hi.
Hey, Stephanie. You have her ID or his ID?
I have her, both of them, actually.
Do me a favor and just turn around.
I'm going to jail?
Just turn around for now.
Okay.
Total 110.
We're gonna go over here.
Both of your cars?
Yeah. I'll put it in mine. I'm gonna read you something, okay?
I believe in Jesus, baby. You gonna see?
I'm gonna read you something.
You gonna
okay?
see?
Okay. All right. Are you listening?
I'm listening.
All right. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and won't be used against you in the court of law.
At a stop sign. I took too long to turn. So he starts beep. I'm turning and he's still beeping. So I beep at him back. I guess that pissed him the off. So he starts following the he almost hit my car. He's still following me. So I ran a couple stop signs so he ran them with me. And then he's like, I look out the window. I was like, bitch, what the you following me for? Stop.
Case number 2024 CFO 45120. State of Florida versus Stephanie Morgan. Charge aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Probable cause affidavit sworn by Officer M. Rodriguez, Clay County Sheriff's Office. Quote, the defendant did intentionally and unlawfully threaten the victim by displaying a firearm, placing the victim in reasonable fear of imminent bodily harm. End quote. That is the sterile language of the law, where every act of chaos is flattened into a single line on a docket. But the affidavit is not the story. It is merely the receipt for a transaction that occurred on the asphalt. The story itself lives in the gap between what the suspect screamed from her driver's seat and what the evidence later proved. Because in this case, the woman who wielded a gun on a public road in front of a fire station, the woman who danced and spat on the pavement, insisted she was the real victim. She had an explanation for everything. And that explanation, when held against the cold physics of the investigation, becomes a lesson in the terminal velocity of a lie.
Hi.
Hey, Stephanie. You have her ID or his ID?
I have her, both of them, actually.
Do me a favor and just turn around.
I'm going to jail?
Just turn around for now.
Okay.
Total 110.
We're gonna go over here.
Both of your cars?
Yeah. I'll put it in mine. I'm gonna read you something, okay?
I believe in Jesus, baby. You gonna see?
I'm gonna read you something.
You gonna see?
Okay. All right. Are you listening?
I'm listening.
All right. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and won't be used against you.
Before we go deeper into what the documents actually show, make sure you're subscribed to Police Bodycam Legal Analysis. Because we don't just cover the story, we follow the evidence.
Yeah. I'll put it in mine. I'm gonna read you something, okay?
I believe in Jesus, baby. You gonna see?
I'm gonna read you something.
You gonna
okay?
see?
Okay. All right. Are you listening?
I'm listening.
All right. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and won't be used against you in the court of law.
At a stop sign. I took too long to turn. So he starts beep. I'm turning and he's still beeping. So I beep at him back. I guess that pissed him the off. So he starts following the he almost hit my car. He's still following me. So I ran a couple stop signs so he ran them with me. And then he's like, I look out the window. I was like, bitch, what the you following me for? Stop following me. He's like, no, bitch, I live here. Then I'm gonna beat your ass. So cool. Run another stoplight.
Imagine a mirror shattered on hot concrete. Each shard reflects a different version of the same face. That is the visual architecture of a road rage investigation. The suspect's statement is one shard, the victim's is another, and the physical evidence is the hand pressing down, making them bleed. On May 28th, in Clay County, Florida, a stop sign became a courtroom. A horn honk became a felony. The problem for the suspect was not just that her story kept shifting shape. It was that the officers on scene practiced a specific type of alchemy. They turned the lead of raw emotion into the gold of forensic fact. In real time, on body camera. They didn't just listen to her. They heard the silence where the truth was supposed to be. The incident ignited at a residential intersection. A pickup truck and a sedan playing a game of inches. The driver of the truck, a working man with coolers in his back seat and ice melting across his upholstery, honked his horn. That sound, a mechanical bleat designed for safety, was interpreted as a declaration of war. The sedan driver, later identified as Stephanie, did not yield. She accelerated, transformed her vehicle into a barrier, and when the man attempted to pass, she matched his lane change with the precision of a heat-seeking missile. This is the first exhibit. Not the gun yet, just the physics. A vehicle is a 2,000-pound projectile. The moment you weaponize its trajectory, the clock on reasonable fear starts ticking.
I'm at a stop sign. I took too long to turn, so he starts beep. I'm turning, and he's still beeping. So I beep at him back. I guess that pissed him the off, so he starts following the. He almost hit my car. He's still following me. So I ran a couple stop signs so he ran them with me, and then he's like, oh. He's like, I look out the window. I was like, bitch, what you following me for? Stop following me. He's like, no, bitch, I live here. Dude, I'm gonna beat your asses. So cool. Run another stoplight side. He goes through the grass to get behind me because there was a car behind me. He goes through the grass to get behind me. And then when we're at a road like this, he gets on the other side and he starts window to window. He gets window to window and he starts talking shit saying he's gonna beat my ass.
But the ticking clock in this case wasn't just about immediate safety. There is a profound national security and public trust question buried in the mundane debris of this traffic stop. If a citizen with a stolen firearm can, in the span of 60 seconds, justify lethal intimidation by asserting a right to self-defense, what does that erosion of legal clarity do to the social contract itself? The victim said he saw the black barrel of a pistol aimed at his face. The suspect said she merely pulled it out in her car because she was scared. The law hangs on a single verb. Displaying is a crime. Pointing is a sentence enhancer. Brandishing is the gray zone where every liar goes to hide. The officer understood this syntactic minefield. He didn't ask her if she was angry. He asked her to define the exact geometry of fear, and in doing so, he turned a street dispute into a thriller with a single question. You never showed him a gun. No. That's a block of denial so dense it could stop a bullet, except it was perforated by her very next sentence. I pulled it out in my car after he said he was going to shoot me and beat my ass. There is the fissure. Pulling it out is the act of retrieval. The law asks what happened next. Did it stay on the passenger seat, inert and invisible? Or did it rise, a black silhouette against the window glass, a silent scream that negates all words? The victim's statement to the officer on the other side of the cruiser painted a different fresco. He described a car swerving to block him, a woman exiting her vehicle at the fire station, a grotesque carnival of spitting and dancing, and a gun produced not in fearful concealment, but in the open theater of a 2-lane road.
How you doing? Good, good.
15 unit check.
So what's going on? I know you probably said this a couple of times.
She just went crazy on me because I beeped the horn because she was on the phone and the stop sign, nobody there. So I beeped the horn, she opened her window, went crazy. I went to pass her, she caught me in the lane. So I tried to pass her again. She accelerated, went both lanes like that, all crazy, dead stop. All my ice and my coolers went over me. My whole car is wet because I had to stop in the tracks. So I went to pass by, she cut me and pulls out a gun. I'm going to follow this woman. So I follow her.
That image. A woman dancing in the middle of the street after a felony assault is the irreconcilable data point. It is the visual that cracks the narrative. Adrenaline does not produce a choreographed taunt. It produces flight or paralysis. Her dance was a victory lap before the race was officially over.
She caught me in the lane, so I tried to pass her again. She accelerated, went both lanes like that, all crazy. Dead stop. All my ice and my coolers went over me. My whole car is wet because I had to stop in the tracks. So I went to pass by. She cut me and pulls out a gun. I'm going to follow this woman. So I follow her. And she got out of the car. He saw the video, spit on me there. Got up the car twice, fired the army. You can ask them. She got up in the middle of the street, went like that to me with her ass on the middle of the street.
And here, we encounter the moral refrain of this case, a phrase that must be repeated now. She claimed the weapon was clean.
The officers ran the gun's serial number, which turned up a surprise.
Can you run a signal 0 for me, please?
I'm finding one stolen out of Orange County.
Yikes.
10-4. Can you put that information in the call, please?
How surprised would you be if I told you the gun was stolen?
There's no
Out of Orange County.
I knew. She's brand new. Did you see
Yeah,
the
yeah.
video?
No, I didn't see it yet. We're trying to get her a link.
Apparently she spits on him, and then
Well,
she started
20, right?
dancing, like shaking.
She claimed the weapon was clean. It is the mantra of the ignorant straw purchaser, the mystical incantation meant to ward off the serial number database. The officer, doing the quiet work of a bureaucratic gladiator, ran the gun through the Florida Crime Information Center. The radio crackled back with a surprise. Stolen. Out of Orange County. The gun was a hot ghost, ripped from its lawful owner, and passed through a cousin's hands into a pawn shop deal that never existed, landing on the lap of a woman who swore she bought it legitimately 8 months prior. She had never even fired it, she said, which makes it a museum piece of criminal negligence. The gun was dirty, legally radioactive, and she had pressed it into service as her personal highway arbitrator.
You got a lot going on. So, you stole the Miranda rights, right, that you read earlier. What's up with the gun? What's up with the gun that you had?
It's my gun.
It's your gun? How'd you get it?
I bought it for my cousin.
You bought it from your cousin?
Because he was going to put it in the pawn shop because he was getting a new one. So I was like, just sell it to me instead of a pawn shop. Because that way I'll give him more and I'll get it for less. You know?
When did you buy it?
Like a minute. Like 8 months. And I've never shot it yet.
Do you know how he acquired that gun?
I think it's his. But he said
The search of the vehicle didn't close the book. It ripped out the appendix. The inventory crawl, a slow pan across the sedan's interior, revealed a felony amount of cannabis. The officer's voice on the body cam drops into a register of dark amusement. Just gets worse and worse.
You might have found more stuff.
Just gets worse and worse. Just gets worse and worse. While doing the inventory.
Oh, that is a lot.
That's definitely more than 2.
Holy shit. But
But-
the problem is... Okay.
Because it's an inventory search, we didn't really have proper cause for that. Take it and destroy? Or see if the county wants it?
Oh, yeah, for all that.
Did y'all see her getting out of the vehicle by any chance?
The physical world was collapsing on her story. The stolen gun was Exhibit A, the narcotics were Exhibit B, and her own behavior, the spitting, the dancing, the linguistic acrobatics, was Exhibit C. She had told the officer she believed in Jesus, framing herself as a Christian under persecution by a man who dared to honk. But the moral architecture of the Gospels doesn't cover a stolen Glock. This is the irony amplification. The system was not persecuting her. It was processing the physical residue of her choices, one by one, as her spiritual testimony evaporated under the ultraviolet light of a VIN number and a tow truck inventory. The officer sat her down for the final confrontation, the moment where suspicion crystallizes into charge. He asked about the gun. She said it was hers, bought from her cousin. The officer delivered the fact without a flinch. Stolen gun. The word stolen hung in the humid Florida air, and her brain recalibrated instantly. "So I'm going to jail," she said, the bravado draining into a flat, pragmatic acceptance. Then a pivot. For the gun. No, the officer clarified the hierarchy of immediate doom. Not for the gun, not yet, but for the cannabis. She had graduated, as he put it, from a traffic stop to a narcotics detention. The gun charge trailing behind like a phantom waiting to fully materialize in a prosecutor's office. She laughed, a strange, incongruous cackle, the sound of a defense mechanism overheating. He asked about the weed. She claimed a medical card, a bureaucratic life raft that might float, but the stolen firearm was an anchor tied to her ankle. She was going down.
What's up with the weed?
I smoke weed.
You have a card?
No.
Howdy.
Hey,
So whatever.
scratch that. You guys are going to take it back with you.
Okay.
We just got to do the inventory.
That's fine.
The officer charged the woman with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and possession of cannabis over 20 grams.
The case, as recorded in the Clay County docket, charged her with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and possession of cannabis over 20 grams. A pre-trial release order mandated she stay away from the victim, a man whose greatest provocation was a palm on a steering wheel horn. But this is where the documentary evidence delivers its most sobering, rage-inducing punch. The Assistant State Attorney's Office subsequently dropped both charges. The assault charge declined to file. The possession charge dropped after the substance testing was deemed insufficient. Read those words again. Declined to file. Deemed insufficient. The body camera evidence showed a stolen gun. It showed a high-speed chase. It showed a woman admitting to retrieving a firearm in traffic. Yet the state's filing decision acted as a nullifying agent, a black hole that swallowed the probable cause affidavit whole. The victim, who had ice water soaking his seat and the memory of a barrel aimed at his face, was left with a piece of paper telling him the system had taken a pass.
The officer charged the woman with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and possession of cannabis over 20 grams. She'd be ordered to stay away from the victim for the duration of her pretrial release. Eventually, the assistant state attorney dropped both charges, declining to file the assault charge in court and dropping the possession charge several months later after the testing of the substance was deemed insufficient.
She claimed the weapon was clean.
Like a minute, like 8 months. And I've never shot it yet.
Do you know how he acquired that gun?
I think it's his. But he said it's clean, like he never used it. He just has guns.
So it's not.
It is clean. What do you mean?
It's a stolen gun.
What do you mean it's stolen?
So wherever that was from a prior, you bought a stolen gun.
We close this file not
So-
with a conviction, but with a document for you to find. Go to the Clay County Clerk of Court Public Records portal. Search for case number 2024 CF00451. Pull the probable cause affidavit and the state attorney's no file memorandum. Read the justification for the declination in their own words. Then, in the comments below, answer this single question. Based on the sworn statements of the victim and the discovery of a stolen firearm, what specific element of the aggravated assault statute do you believe the prosecutor argued was missing? The law is a skeletal thing. The body camera footage is the flesh, but the prosecutor's memo is the locked door. If you want to understand justice, you don't stop at the arrest. You dig until you hit the memo. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on notifications for police bodycam legal analysis. We'll keep pulling the records.